So in the last class, we studied about the relational algebra, where we studied something about the operators, types of relational algebra, where we have the unary operators, where we studied the select, rename, project, and also we studied about the like set operations, where we have like intersection, union, then set difference, then Cartesian product, and later we moved to the joins. Then we studied about the natural join, equijoin, theta join, and the last thing on Saturday, what we do study aggregate functions, where we studied like sum, minimum, in, or all the aggregate functions. And the last we studied about the outer joins, right? Left join, full join, and right join. So today we'll be starting a new topic, but it's a part of that one only. But it will be different from the relational algebra. So today we'll study the relational calculus. The new topic is relational calculus, where relational calculus will be of two types: tuple relational calculus and domain relational calculus. So we are going to study today tuple relational calculus. Just check what is relational calculus. So relational calculus is basically a formal language query for the relational model. So it's basically one declarative expression. So if you need to in a expression, there will be in the form of a declarative statement. They explain everything. So it's a declarative. So a relational calculus specifies what is to be retrieved. Okay, but it will not concentrate on how to retrieve it, but it will more concentrate on the what is to be retrieved. And also it is a non-procedural language. Relational calculus is a non-procedural language. That means we do not mention all the steps while doing it. But whereas a relational algebra was a procedure where we write the sequence of operations, how do we retrieve the request, whether like using the select project operations. So that is why relational calculus was considered as the procedure language, but this relational calculus is considered as non-procedural, where we don't have non-procedural means we don't have to mention how everything is retrieved. We know what is to be retrieved. If there's question, like you need to retrieve the first name, last name of some employee. So that is, but how you will retrieve it does not require it. So it is non-procedural. So there may be a question, right? The difference between relational algebra and non-relational algebra, relational calculus. So you may find the difference here. So relational calculus is basically a non-procedural language, but relational algebra is a procedural language. But always remember that both are theoretical concepts. Okay, we need to implement both these things in SQL only using the SQL query. So as I just mentioned that there are two types of relational calculus: tuple relational calculus and domain relational calculus. So tuple, as the name suggests, what it will work on the number of rows, right? So here tuple variable and range relations. So what happens is here the tuple relational calculus is based on specified number of tuple variables. So here we do mention how many tuple variables are there, right? So each tuple variable usually ranges over a particular database relation. So where this tuple where will this tuple range from? It will have some kind of database relation. That means it will have that it will belong to some database table, right? Okay. So meaning that the variable may take as its value any individual tuple, any row it can take as its value. So this is the basically syntax of it, where t is the variable and you mention the condition of that t. Okay, so t is a tuple variable and condition of t is a conditional expression. So you have to mention some condition. So we'll just check how to do it. So the result of such query is the set of all tuples, obviously that satisfy the condition of t, like we had in relational algebra. Okay. So this is an example of the relational calculus, tuple relational calculus. So you have this question: to find all employees whose salary is above $50,000, and we can write this calculus in this way. So you see, t is a what? T is a tuple variable. Then we have a separator, that is is known as a pipe operator, and then employee of t. This employee of t is the relation name. Okay, relation name employee of T, and this is a condition, that is T dot salary. We are referring to this where salary, this tuple T dot salary greater than 50,000. Okay, so here we are using a logical operator also. Okay, it's a and we are using, and what this and operator is same as whatever you studied in your physics. I think truth table was there. So these things are this one only. So then the condition employee of T, basically it specifies, I have mentioned everything. The condition employee of T specifies the range relation of tuple variable. The T is employee. So this is basically the database table you can think of, right? And this is what the condition is, because it is mentioned in the question that salary must be above $50,000. So that is why. So, and if you want to retrieve, suppose the employee, it's like we are finding the details of all the employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. But if we want to find only the specific attributes, okay, like in this case, first name and last name, then this is also possible. In that case, you need to mention whatever like variables or columns you want to retrieve. We need to mention it like this: T dot F name, T dot L name of all employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. So in that case, only the first name and last name of the employees whose salary is greater than 50,000 will be displayed. But here, in this case, since we have not mentioned anything, so all the details of the employees will be, all the details of the employees whose salary is greater than 50,000 will be displayed. Okay, so here we are not using any Greek letters like we have, like in select we have select operator, we have that. In that case we use the sigma, then we had the project one, then row for renaming. But in this case we are using a declarative statement, right? We are just writing in a sentence, English sentence. Just we are using the variable name, and then we have the separator. And this is how, and we are using the logical operator. You can write or also, not also. Till this point, any confusion? Yes, any confusion? Please ask. Do you have any problem? Yes, no, clear?
Please repeat it once again.
Okay. So, which part you are not clear? Which part you are not clear? Okay, let
And
me.
this one,
Uh-huh.
relational calculus.
Okay. So see, relational calculus is basically a non-procedural language where we mention only mention how to what to retrieve, but we don't mention how to retrieve it. So in this case, what we do, it will work on the tuple, because it's a relational calculus is basically of two types: tuple and domain. So what does this tuple means? We know it's a row in relation. In a RDBMS, tuple is a row, right? So if we want to work on the row, we have to need to take a variable. Suppose we have taken a variable for choosing the rows. Okay, so we have this T. We have taken that variable. Okay, but which table? You need to mention the database name, right? So that is why we are writing the database name of that variable. Okay, so it will choose the tuples of the employee table T, and then we are mentioning the salary, the T dot salary. This one dot salary greater than 50,000. In SQL also, when you insert into values, if you want to refer to the, when you will be using joins, we need to use that. When it is possible to the use a variable, okay, to mention, like if two tables are there, we can use this dot operator to refer to that variable. So this means salary of which table? Employee table. Okay, and this is the variable we are using. So it is greater than 50,000. So here in the question it is mentioned, we need to find the details of all find all employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. So we know in the normal case we can write the if we have to select star from employees whose salary, where salary greater than 50,000. In SQL, how do you write it? In SQL, if we want to write this query, how do you write it? Like select star, that is select star from employees where salary greater than 50,000. Here also, what we are doing, we are not writing any select statement, rather we are taking a variable t, because I told you this relational algebra and relational calculus are theoretical concepts. Okay, but if we want to represent it in SQL, then we need to use the select clause and everything, all the SQL queries. But here, how do we do it? That same thing, that select star from employee. So that is why we are using this. We are taking a variable because this is the syntax. This is the syntax. Just check. Here we have this one t, then condition of t. So we have to take where this is the tuple variable. Just take a variable t. Okay. Then condition of t. So we have to give a condition here. So condition is already mentioned that salary must be greater than 50,000. So what we have to do, we have to take the employee table, because if we don't mention what does this t belong to, then it's of no use, right? So this t belongs to the employee table. So employee of t and t dot salary greater than 50,000. Okay. So here what we did, though although this is not mentioned, but we need to mention like from which database relation we are querying the salary, right? We are querying the salary from the employee table. We want to display the information from the employee table. In the employee table, the salary is mentioned. Partha, now clear? Partha?
Question. This is this t variable. This t variable.
Yes.
We have to declare it in employee table or what, ma'am?
No. See, we don't have to declare it in anywhere. Okay. So this t variable is basically a syntax for the tuple relational calculus. Okay, this t can be some other variable also. You can a, b, c, d, anything can be there. But this is just a syntax for the tuple relational calculus, where we must take a variable. This is just take the syntax of it. Then we will have a separator and then the condition on that tuple. Because that is why it is possible that we are taking, it's a basically a declarative statement, right? So this t is here, then we are separating, then this t belongs to which table? Employee of t, right? And t dot salary, because we are referring to that this tuple. So t dot salary greater than 50,000. No one is clear? And if we only want to retrieve, so it is also possible to retrieve the specific attribute, suppose first name and last name. In that case, we are mentioning the in this way. Okay, just let me give you some example of this. Yeah. Okay, this is basically, just let me explain you this, then I'll go back. So in what happens, formulas, what are the formulas in relational calculus is there? A tuple relational calculus. So this is a general expression where we can have any number of attributes, that t1 dot a, sorry, t1 which is a tuple, dot aj which is the attribute, then t2 ak. So what is this stands for? Let me give you an example for this one. See, this is the tuple dot a1. Yeah, I said, right, the name of the attribute. Okay, then t dot attribute, so it is the L name. So this is what you are writing. Okay, next we have a separator and we have the condition for this t1, t2, t3. So where it's mentioned here t1, this is a like formula only. Okay, I have not created it, no one can change it. Okay, this is the until and unless you do some research on it, some like PhD scholars, then only we can change it. Otherwise, this is a proven fact. Where t1, t2, tn and tn minus 1 are tuple variables. So these are t, all the t's you are seeing are the tuple variables, and ai is an attribute of the relation. So what was the attribute? It's the columns. Okay, and c only is the condition or formula of the tuple relational calculus. Moving next, so this is the formulas we need to go for. Okay, they are the formulas. So if we mention r of t of I, so where r is the relation name and t of I is the tuple variable. Okay, it's a tuple variable range of R. So what does that? We had an example just before that only. You see, R of TI, right? So this is employee, the relation name. Okay, this is just a formula. Then if we something mentioned TI dot A OPT TI dot B. So this one means TI and TJ. This TI and TJ are the tuple variables. OPT is what? The operators. So it operators can be anything. Equal to, not equal to, less than, greater than, all these symbols. Less than, equal to, greater than, equal to. And what is this? A and B are the two tables. Okay, or the relations. Next is Ti dot A opt constant. So it is also possible. This constant is generally any constant value. Suppose 5, 6, 7. So you are, and this OPT obviously you are clear from the above statement is the comparison operator. Okay. So in this way you can write it. So 5, suppose Ti dot A plus suppose 5. Suppose this is A is with probably a salary. So salary plus 5. Not plus, maybe equal to something, because we are using the comparison operator. So these are the formulas. You cannot change it. You can just check and you should remember, because we need to use it. Now, if we now clear about these formulas, now we will apply these formulas in the previous cases. Now let's go back here. We were here. See, now if there is a question to find all employees whose salary is above $50,000. So this is the comparison operator we are talking about, right? What is this used for? Operator like relation, this one greater than 50,000, right? And here we have the symbol. This is, if you think of this part, it is simply what? The just think the entire part. So this is the syntax. This is the tuple T variable name, and this entire thing is the condition. Okay, so this condition of T consists of this employee of T dot and T dot salary greater than 50,000. So just think now, we are referring to the table. This T belongs to what table? Employee of T, and salary is greater than 50,000. Parts are now clear, or others? Any confusion? Yes. Yes.
No, ma'am, no.
Sure. Okay. Next, if you want to refer, find
No,
out.
ma'am, clear.
Okay. If you want to find out, suppose, see, this was what, if you convert it into the SQL statement, this query, what it will look like? Select star from employee whose salary is where salary greater than 50,000. Okay, this one will look like select star from employee where salary greater than symbol 50,000, right? But that means select star means it will display all the details of the employee, right? But what if we want to find the specific attribute, specific column? Then suppose here, in this case, check the second, T dot F name, comma, T dot L name, then the same condition. What it will do? It will display only the first name and the last name of those employees whose salary is greater than 50,000. Is it clear? Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So you should always remember that in tuple relational calculus, you need to specify, informally we will be specifying this thing. A set of attributes to be retrieved, okay? Just we did, right? Set of attributes. Set of attributes to be retrieved. Here we, this one we are not mentioning anything, but that means if we are not mentioning the attributes, that means by default we are finding all the attributes of the table. So a set of attributes to be retrieved, the requested attributes, that means, and the values of these attributes are retrieved from each selection combination of tuples. Next, we need to find the range relation R of it. So that, sorry. So this is the range relation employee. And the last one is in the form of R of T. and the last thing is the condition to select particular combination of tuples. So what is the, how will you select the particular combination of tuples? Is the this tuple, right? Other whatever is whose salary is greater than 50,000, the employee whose salary will be greater than 50,000, you will display the result, right? So it will be the Boolean expression. So it is like true or false. Okay. So this is a informally describe what are the things that are needed. So list of attributes, range relation, and the condition. Okay. Next, here is another example. So retrieve the birth date and address of the employee whose name is John Smith. So you were finding the birth date, T dot birth date. That means the attribute set is required, right? Set of attributes. So birth date and address. It is already mentioned in the question. You have to give a range relation. That is employee of T. This is the name of the relation. And last is the condition. And T dot F name equal to John. It's like if the wrong is there, okay, there is just a problem. Okay, and this one will be here. So the typo mistake was there. See, T dot birth date, comma, T dot address, employee of T, and the condition is what? Name should be John Smith. So if you are using like normal name, both the name are there, then you can just write directly John Smith. But here we are using first name equal to John and last name equal to Smith. This is a perfect way to do it. Any confusion? Yes. Yes.
No, ma'am.
Clear, right? So if you want to go for the same statement, if you want to go for the SQL query, how will you do it? In SQL, how will you do it? Let me write it here. Select bdate, comma, address from employee, where, same thing we'll write, condition, where F name equal to John and last name, that is L name equal to so this is how we write in SQL. See, this AND is the normal logical operator we use in like we have studied in physics, right? We have studied in physics the truth tables and everything. So this is a normal logical operators. So here it is also mentioned. Okay. So here what is the condition? Retrieve the birth date and salary of the employees whose last name is Smith and whose like age is less than 30 years. So you are finding what conditions? Birth date you are finding and the salary. So these are the attributes, right? And you have the range of, that is employee, obviously employee. What is the condition now? And last name is Smith and whose salary is less than 30 years. So we're referring to this one. C is the variable, so we are referring to that one. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Everyone clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So these are the formulas I have just already discussed right now. So I'll not go through it. This one. So just I mentioned. So each of these types. Now each of these types of atoms like evaluates to either, like I told you, right? These conditions will be giving either true or false for a specific combination of tuples. Okay, so it may be possible in the last example, it may be possible that this is a condition, right? T dot L name equal to Smith and T dot H less than 30. So it may be possible that Smith surname is there in the table, but people having less than 30 years are not present. So in that case, first we will evaluate whether it is that condition is true or false, or true or false. Okay, if this condition is matched or not. Okay, that means condition is matched in the sense, right? I just gave an example. Some, because there may be many people whose age is less than 30 years, but that Smith last name Smith is not there, so that condition will be false. Okay, so because it is and, how do we go for and, right? So if both the condition is true, then only it will be true. If both the condition is false, then it will be false, obviously. And if one of the condition is also false, then also it will be false. You know the truth tables, right? And is basically multiplication.
Yes, ma'am.
And yeah, so that means for AND operator, if we want to go for this AND operator, that means both the condition, it will display the result when both the condition needs to satisfy. If one of the condition, obviously I told you, if one of the condition satisfy, that means Smith last name is there, but no one with the like surname Smith has age less than 30 years. So that means it is false. So that things will not be evaluated. So this is just a Boolean algebra. So here I have also mentioned that a tuple relation calculus formula is either an atom or atoms or other formulas connected via. So that means atom means it will be it may be a single value or a combination of different values. So we are using, and for like for having a combination, we need to use this kind of operators, and or not. So tuple relational relation calculus, it may be a single value like we studied in the last example. Okay, not this one, this one, or it may be any combination of values also. So that means it will be maybe atom or like the combination of atoms. So we using the AND operator. So this was all about a bit on the tuple relational calculus. Okay, this much till this point, are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm not
Yes,
going to, next class we are going to study about the safe expression, but today I'm not going to teach you that. We'll be discussing some questions from the past module. Okay. I was supposed to start with it because very few people were there, so I didn't discuss. So let me stop the sharing and start. Just wait. Okay. But everyone, did you go through relational algebra slides, whatever I shared that day? I don't know.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understood? Others, no one have gone through, only one people. No one. Okay, very easy question. So I'll just ask. And RDBMS, anyone can answer. If someone like feel I shouldn't like, I won't point out anyone. Okay, anyone can answer, and if you wish, like if you want to answer through chat, then also it's okay. But everyone should answer. That's it. Like RDBMS is a collection of tables, fields, records, or keys. What is the answer? RDBMS is a collection of tables, fields, records, or keys. What is the answer?
Tables and record.
An RDBMS is a collection of not records, it's a collection of tables, relational database, collection of tables. Yes,
tables.
yes, it is tables, right? Now, a very easy question next. The term attribute refers to a dash of a table, record, tuple, column, key. Partha will answer this question. Partha, if you wish to write in the chat, that is also possible. If you want
Repeat the question.
The term attribute refers to a dash of a table. A, record, B, tuple, C, column, and D is key. The term attribute refers to dash of a table. What? I keep on saying this thing repeatedly. I hope you can answer.
I think tuple, ma'am.
Okay. What about Longkir?
No.
What about Longkir?
Column.
Yes, it is column. Partha, attributes are the columns, tuples are the rows. Okay? Just I gave an example. This question is done. Okay. Okay, very easy question. Like, anyone can tell me the full form of RDBMS? What is the full form of RDBMS? What is the full form?
Relational
database management system.
Yes. Then, next question. Data model is a collection of conceptual tools for describing data schema, data consistency constraints, and all of this. Let me repeat once more. Data model is a collection of conceptual tools for describing data schema, data consistency constraints, all of this. No one can answer this one. Data model is a collection of conceptual tools for describing data schema, data consistency constraints, and all of this. What it will be?
All of this over.
Yes, it is all of this. Right. We have studied data models, right? Data models in first module where we studied the hierarchy. One of them was relational model was there, ER model was there, object oriented, some lot of things. Next, entity relationship model. Entity relationship model consists of collection of basic objects called dash and relationship among these objects. Let me repeat the question once more. Entity relationship model consists of collection of basic objects. Collection of basic objects called dash and relationship among these objects. Number one is function, B none of this, C is model, and D is entities. Entity relationship model consists of collection of basic objects called what? Collection of basic objects.
Entities.
It is entities, right? It will be entities. Right.
Mhm.
It will be next. Which of the following is not a level of data abstraction? Abstraction, you have just I've taught in this class. Okay. First is physical level, critical level, logical level, view level. Which of the following is not a level of data abstraction? Physical level, critical level, logical level, view level. Data abstraction consisted of 3 layers, right? 3 levels. What, like, which was not involved here? Physical, critical, logical, view level. What were the things that were not involved?
I think critical.
Yes, the critical level was not there, right? Yes, the critical level was. What happens, others? Right?
Okay.
Forgot everything. Please go through it. Next, which of the following? This is very easy. I won't give it. Okay. Logical design of database. Logical design of database is called database instance, database snapshot, database schema, all of the above. Option and answer. Should I repeat once more? Question. Logical design of database is called dash. Logical design of database is called dash. Database instance, database snapshot, database schema, all of the above. I'll ask. Don't worry. Dave, can you answer? Yes. Kaushik? Yes.
Ma'am, can you
Yeah.
repeat the question?
Okay.
Ma'am.
Logical design of database is called as what? Logical design of database. You people have yourself implemented. Okay, let me give you a hint. Like you people have implemented this thing. Logical
Database
design.
schema.
Yes, it is database schema. Yes.
Scheme.
Database schema.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Okay. Now, one more question. A primary key should be defined as null, not null. Either of the above can be used or none of the above are correct. A primary key should be defined as null, not null. Either of the above can be used or none of the above are correct. Just from your thinking, primary key can be null.
Not null.
Primary key can be null.
No,
Then-
not null.
Not null.
It should be not null, right? It should be
Not null.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now next question. Collection of tables to represent both data and relationship is described by dash. Okay, just let me repeat once more. Collection of tables to represent both data and relationship is described by dash. Relationship model, entity relation model, network model, entity model.
Entity
Collection of
relationship model.
Model, I think.
both the data and relationship. It's a relational model,
Entity relationship.
not the entity relation.
Okay. Okay, ma'am.
Address field of a person should not be part of primary key since it is likely to be dependent, too long, changed, not changed. Just it's a like logical question, okay? Address field of a person should not be part of primary key since it is likely to be dependent, too long, changed or not changed. Why we cannot consider the address as the primary key? Whether it is what is the criteria? Like dependent on something, too long, changed or not changed. Why do you think that can address field will be a primary key? Is it possible? Just think, primary key means the unique
No,
thing.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
Right. So why it is not possible? Whether it is dependent on something.
Ma'am,
Yes. Yes, Avinash?
because we change
Yes.
places. Because we change places.
Yes. Yes, very good. So address field cannot be the primary key because it gets changed. Right. So that is why it cannot be the primary key. Let's check now the ER. The entity relationship set is represented in ER diagram as the entity. See, I'm repeating the question once more. The entity relationship set is represented in ER diagram as double diamond, undivided rectangles, dashed lines, and diamond. Entity relationship, how do you represent in ER diagram? Entity relationship using which symbol? Just think, how do you represent the entity relationship?
Ma'am, rectangle.
Relationship, not entity. Relationship, how do you represent? How do you represent relationship? Diamond symbol. How do you connect two entities using the diamond symbol, right? Forgot. Yes, it's the diamond. Okay. Next, an entity set that does not have sufficient attributes to form a primary key is termed as dash. Let me repeat once more. An entity set that does not have sufficient attributes to form a primary key is termed as dash. Strong entity set, variant set, weak entity set, variable set. An entity that does not have sufficient attributes to form a primary key is termed as dash.
Ma'am,
Anyone
weak
can?
entity set.
Yes, it's a weak entity set.
Weak entity set.
Okay. Everyone, please go through it. Okay.
Ma'am, sorry, I couldn't answer the previous question because my mic is not hot.
Okay. It's okay. That's the last question for today. Okay. What term is used to refer to a specific record in your music database? For instance, information stored about a specific album. Just is a logical one. Just think. What term is used to refer to a specific record in your music database? For instance, information stored about a specific album. Relation, instance, data table, and column.
Instance.
It is instance. Yes. Okay. Please, everyone, like from next time, I want question like answers from everyone. Okay. Okay. For now, it's like over. We'll meet in the next class. That is the lab. And please, next time, everyone should join in the lab class and show me, of course. Please try to install. If you haven't installed, try to install MySQL in these 2 days. Okay. Thank you, everyone. So you all can leave. I have taken attendance.
Thank you, ma'am.